Hello, Dr. Darwin. I am Diego Espinosa. This is my classroom research proposal. So I am going to basically base myself on the topic of music. During the last years or throughout the last decades, the usage of music has been well investigated, especially in the way it can hinder effective filters and create a better language environment. Also, music is important because it has all the components of language, especially morphology, syntax, and of course the lexis of the English language. Authors as Fonseca Mora will say that the lack of auditory input is one of the biggest obstacles in learning a second language, and music doesn't need a classroom to be considered as an input because students or non-students can listen to a second language on music. So it becomes automatically a part of people's reality. Um, my question or my inquiry will be related to that, to the usage of music to as a tool, as a pedagogical tool for vocabulary. Uh, it can it is intended for the context of my school because it's a somehow vulnerable school and they don't have many resources. So music, I mean the usage of music in the classroom will only need a computer and a couple of speakers. The question for my research is a casual causal question, and it says that I'm gonna read. Sorry. What effect does the analysis of English language music have in the vocabulary levels acquisition in an 11th grade class? I am intending to see if it has a positive, negative, or no effect, since I am not assuming anything, because according to what I have read in the literature, they have had mainly positive answers, but it can't be generalized to my context just because it happened in other parts of the world. It will be mostly a quantitative research focused question, and it will be informed by tests. In terms of literature, I have followed some ideas, or I will follow some ideas of Kuzmarek, who investigated about the role of music in the classroom and impact on vocab. Lee and Lin, who made a study about the impact of music in language acquisition. On Horn, who made some recommendations about the usage of music, and also Ahola and Poppleton, who argue that critical thinking can be fostered throughout the analysis of music in the classroom. Also, I will follow some ideas by Wu, who says that every method will be closely related to, I mean, every English language teaching method or approach will be closely related to the teaching of vocabulary because it's the substance of the language. And also Cedita, who said that reading comprehension will be completely, I mean, she argued that um, reading comprehension depends on vocabulary, and basically all the two receptive skills uh, depend on vocabulary. The time frame expected are in the time frame expected, sorry, is in the report, and I will I will collect the data throughout the use of three different tests, but are going to be quantitative tests based on the CATS vocabulary test presented by the University of Haifa, Israel, and it will measure the size and the strength of the vocabulary levels of students in 3 points. The first before the intervention, the second in the middle of the intervention, and the third one in the end of the intervention. So I will have a map of what happened throughout the intervention itself. It will be made by a Google survey system test. So I will have all the data, the data on Microsoft Excel, and I will be able to analyze it. Not maybe not as quick as I could, but it could be a very comprehensive approach to get any data to inform my research question.